All right, what's going on, everybody? Judd here with Asphalt Kingdom. Super stoked to be here with Jake Buroff, owner of Buroff Outdoor Services and out of Naperville, Illinois. Welcome to the Freestyle Jam, brother.
How you doing, man? Glad to be here.
So good, man. End of the year 2022 winding down. I've been watching your hustle, watching your grind, seeing you on social, and a lot of companies end up going into this kind of hibernation mode in the end of November and kind of go on this standstill with cash flow through December. And I certainly see that has not been the case for you at all.
No, we've been trying to stay, but we stay busy. Their potholes are out there in the winter. So what we do, we drive around, we try to find them, we go talk to people and try to get it, we try to push it before it gets too cold, before the snow comes down too much, and see what they want to do.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. I've seen you
lately. Yeah.
Yeah, you've been making some great money in that area.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, especially around here in this area. Not a lot of people are, hustling on the hustle for potholes. So when they do find a guy who's, ready to fill them in for them, they bite it.
That's awesome, brother. Okay, so I'm really interested, and I know the audience watching is going to be really interested in knowing a little bit about your story, because I know you're in business with your brother. It's a family business, right?
Yep.
And so why don't you dig in, tell us a little bit about kind of where you come from and what you and how you built this business that's growing rapidly. I'm seeing assets attached to the business now, branding and everything. Why don't you bring us through the journey?
So we started out, me and my brother, we worked with our uncle. He taught us seal coating. He taught us, doing potholes and stuff like that. Over the years of working with him, we met other people in the business who, have had asphalt companies and were going out of business, and they just wanted to keep their customers happy over the years. So they kind of wanted to find a guy who they can trust and they know is going to take care of their customers over the next few years. So that's kind of how we've gotten a lot of work on top of, we do a lot of door-to-door knocking, hustling. We talk to people every day. We're always out talking to gas station owners, talking to business owners. And that's just kind of how it blew up over time. Word of mouth around here in Chicago goes a long way. People know people, and we've done good these past couple of years. But we have big plans for 2023. Going into 2023, we want to do a lot more bigger parking lots, and we're going to try and hire a few more people, get a few more trucks out there. But that's basically our story, man. We started out just two brothers wanting to build a dream, wanting to, have some financial freedom in life and not work a 9-to-5 every day, even though you're working longer than a 9-to-5 doing this. But that was the dream, man. We started out just little and slowly got bigger over time.
So tell me, during the journey when you first started, how old were you when you started Buroff Outdoor Services?
I started Buroff Outdoor Services a couple of years ago, but over the years, I worked for my uncle's company, which out here was Driveways by Design, and we seal coated driveways. I seal coated driveways with him. He always was on the brush, and I was like his bucket guy. And then over time, he got a little spray unit, and I learned how to use the sprayer, and we were spraying stuff. And yeah, that's how it started. He still does driveways on his own with his own guys, but I kind of split off and did my own thing. And me and my brother, we just did it from, that's how we did it. We started off with a little 275 gallon tote and some buckets, and made our first little $2,000 and bought a trash pump, and that's how we started it. We just been spraying like that.
That's incredible, man. That's incredible. It's so, I remember going back to when I first started in the industry, and I literally started with 5-gallon pails. And I started then.
I feel like that's the way everyone should start out, because you got to learn the bare basics, to work your way up. Because if your sprayer goes out, what are you going to do? You you gotta get it out somewhere or another. You may as well have learned from the bottom on how you're doing it. Go to Home Depot, buy a hose or something, rig it together, get it done.
It's such a great point, man. If you look, when I think about the evolution of a seal coater, like the evolution, and you look at like the buckets with the brushes, and then you look at like, okay, well, somebody might bump up to a tote sprayer, and then somebody goes to like a 230-gallon spray system, and then they go to like a 300 or 550, and then there's the 700s and the thousands, and then the bulk tanks, and you start to, there's this evolution. And a lot of, a lot of the time, I think that you're right, is there's this controlled, non-chaotic growth that you go through, where if you pour everything, you drop $100,000 and you're going all in right out of the gate, and you don't know about the intricacies of what it takes to really do things by hand in case something fails or whatever else it is. You can be on a job site and fail on the job. Timelines may not be met, quality might not be there as well, right? Your tank's not agitating right, or whatever it is. So I couldn't agree more, Jake. I think that's such a valid point.
Yeah. I feel like starting out small, for a guy that wants to become big, starting, doing it the small way to begin with is a good way to, it's a great way to start. You can't beat that. You don't want to take off too much than you can chew.
I agree. So you're 26 now.
Yeah, I'm 26. My brother's 20. He's not even 21 yet. He'll be 20 in It'll be 21 in March. And he's my right-hand man. He's my partner. He's he gets jobs just like I do. He's a hustler like I am. He'll go in and he'll talk to anybody. He's all about seal coat, and he's all about asphalt. He's he's a good partner to have. I couldn't ask for a better brother, I'll tell you that.
That's such an incredible thing. That must give you a lot of joy, man. Like when you see that and being able to do that with a younger brother and really build something together.
Awesome. It's the best, even because when I was 20, I was working, for a guy or doing something. So it's good. I'm glad that I can, be his help to be, to become financially free one day and to have a business. And, we'll look back on all of our pictures and videos one day, and it'll be fun. We'll laugh at them. So far we have been, but yeah, it's a great journey. I love it. It's good.
So tell me, sorry, go ahead.
No, nothing. Go ahead. I was just saying, especially him being my brother, you can't beat that.
Huge. So what was the most difficult decision about starting your business? Like making the decision to actually start? What was the most difficult decision?
I feel like with this line of work, you gotta kind of be like, I know there's guys who, they work a 9-to-5 job because they have to, and they do like driveways on the weekends. But I feel like with this, in order to really become big, you got to be full time with it. Like you got to be 100% every day out there. Even if you don't got driveways or jobs, you got to be out there knocking on doors or talking to people, and you just got to be fully committed. So I think like my biggest thing was just going fully at it. You know what I mean? Even with like $100 in my pocket, like just going out there, filling up the tank, going out there and just getting the jobs. And, that was probably the biggest thing, was just kind of like trying not to make it a weekend thing. You know what I mean? Just going full time with it, me and my brother. And that was a big switch for me, a big change, but it was well worth it in the end.
Was it scary? Was it scary at that time?
Yeah, it was a little scary, especially with being a new dad, and you know what I mean, with being, just, young and stuff like that. There's so many big guys in the business, and this is a large area. But I just look at it like people nowadays, they realize if you got the hard work and motivation and you're out there and they see that, they're going to hire you, and they're going to tell their friends about you, and they're going to tell, their friends. And, as long as you do, you got some good business cards, and your truck's wrapped up and you keep it nice and clean, it goes a long way, big time.
And I'm also seeing like you got, is that a jacket or a hoodie that you've got on?
Oh yeah, this is just a little embroidered jacket. Yeah.
I mean, that's to me, that's special too, because I watch people who go kind of semi in, as you were saying, like they're kind of in, and it's not just about the time, it's about it's about being professional, and it's about doing your branding and having your Facebook page up, and having, not being shy to have, like, I'm looking at your Facebook profile right now, and I see your top banner image is Buroff Outdoor Services, man.
I'm not afraid of it. Yeah, I'm proud.
You're proud.
Yeah, very proud of it, especially with my name. It's my name. So every job that I go on, that's my name on that job. It's not just my company, which is, the equivalent, but it's my name. And I try to make sure everyone's happy as can be when I leave. You know what I mean? So that's
What kind of sales experience do you and your brother have as it relates to past sales experience and training?
None. Just what our uncle taught us. And really, we learned most of our sales experience, I'm telling you the truth, knocking on doors. That's where we got it from, was knocking on thousands of doors, taking a lot of no's, turning those no's into maybes, into yeses. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, of course. It's, you know, this isn't, a lot of people say, man, you guys are growing real fast. And we're like, yeah, it's magic.
Because this is just like, I just feel like this industry, look, we have what people want. You know what I mean? There's not very many industries where you can get away with knocking on the door, but it's like they need this, you know what I mean, for their asphalt. It's protecting their asphalt, whether or not they want it, you know what I mean? It's just a no, but like they need it. If you see that they need it and you knock and you know what I mean? It's kind of like, it goes hand in hand. You just, it's worth it. It's worth an ask. And if you have the right, you know what I mean? If you have the right experience and you started from the bottom and you can kind of say, like, you know what I mean, what you're going to do, and you know, they'll go with you. That's good. That's kind of how we've learned. We've never went to any sales classes or anything like that. You know,
So awesome.
Over the years of just thousands of doors, thousands of walking into the gas station, asking the guy if he wants to get the parking lot seal coated this year or next year, or if he has the interest in getting the cracks filled or the potholes filled in or whatever, you know.
Right. Right. And so this is very interesting, because I think that this is a big hurdle for people who are starting out, especially, is like, well, I don't have any sales experience, so I don't think that I really can do this. And I sit here with you and I'm like, once you get into it and you understand what it is that we do, you'll believe with so much more belief and conviction. Like, I know I can look at you right now and I know that you believe with the utmost conviction that there are pavement asset owners, like parking lot owners, that absolutely need you to come and help them.
Oh yeah, right.
You know,
yeah,
and
definitely.
To me, that's the thing that's so important, I think, is for us to, the more doors that you knock on and the more doors that you end up getting no's to, and the maybes and the yeses to, as you just said, the more of those that you do, it's a numbers thing. The more that you do, the more you will believe and the more money you will make.
Yes, right.
Period.
And even if they say no, they may know somebody who it's a yes for, you know. So even that no, just giving him your business card is going, you know what I mean? People pay money just to give somebody, just to get their name out there for stuff, you know what I mean? With these like lead projection programs and stuff like that, like that, just to get your business card out there, that's money. That's going to go somewhere, whether you may think so or not. Yeah, it's an investment, right?
That's another important thing, is that in business, and this is such an important thing. So like my mindset changed, and it was when I read A Road Less Stupid from Keith Cunningham. It was amazing book, by the way. You should write it down. It's awesome. Road Less Stupid. That particular book changed the mentality around business as it relates to spending. So I don't like to spend money in my business. I do not like to have it look or feel as a cost to my business. I want to see everything that I do with my business as an investment. Right. And when I say I want to see everything, I tactically approach things so that I'm always investing into my business. I will not do something in my business where I will hand over money or a payment for something that's not going to grow my business.
Right.
I won't do it. Right.
No. Yeah.
And the other thing too is I also see time as the same thing. So time in my business, let me ask a question. If you and your brother sit in the truck with the truck running and you do absolutely nothing, is that a cost to the business?
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Oh, definitely.
If you are in your truck driving to a site for doing a pavement assessment because you know that property needs to be safe and it needs to be prolonged from an asset perspective and make it look great, and you get out of the truck and you go and assess the property and you go in and speak with the owner and you give them a professional quote, that transactional delivery of your time as well as the delivery of your business card that that was an investment. There's money invested into cards. Right. Is that an investment?
Yes, that's an investment.
And so that's where I think it's an important thing for anybody watching right now is try to get the cost and expense, the spend money in its own bucket and say sayonara, like no more. Right. And I want you to think about that deeply as you're out there in the field or considering investing into a business. I want you to think really hard about that, because what it will do is it will bring mental awareness to things you should not do and the things that you should do. Because I'll tell you too, Jake, like, I remember seeing our competition in the truck waiting for phone calls to come in, smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee, waiting for phone calls to come in. And meanwhile, we were knocking on every single door on the street, every door.
Yeah, you can't be sitting around waiting for the calls to come in. You know, you got to be out there getting it. That's the main thing. Whether it's knocking on doors, whether it's going to the shopping center and, you know what I mean, trying to find the guy who's in charge of the maintenance on the property, you got to be out there hustling every day, getting it, and it'll pay off in the end. You know, it's hard to find those guys, but you know what I mean? Once you start to get used to how the operations go and who you got to talk to find that person, it's real easy. You know, just to get your name in there to talk to that guy is big. Because not a lot of people are doing that. He's not having a lot of people coming to him saying, "Hey, man, I want to work for you. Like, I want to do this for you. Let's work together." You know, and that most of the time, 9 times out of 10, he appreciates that big time. Whoever he is or she is.
I can't wait to see where you're going to be in the next year or two, man. I'm so excited.
Yeah,
for
we're
you
excited
guys.
too. We're real excited too. We want to, you know what I mean. We really do want to become big and get big, and you know what I mean. We're very blessed and fortunate to have done what we've done this past year or two. You know, we've done pretty well with seal coating and whatnot, but yeah, we do have a lot of big plans for 2023. We're excited.
So one of the things that I'm going to give you advice on, and anybody watching too, is that when you're going through growth stages, cash is king. Cash is absolute king. It's one of the hardest things to do without significant business experience. If you haven't scaled a company to big numbers, the experience is what gets you to that rapid scaling. It's called hypergrowth. And I'll give you this advice, and this is the best advice I could give somebody who wants to grow fast. Treat your business like a baby. Like, in all sincerity, treat it like a baby. Your baby right now is hungry. It needs to get fed, and it needs to get fed money. And that money that it does. And every time that you take food from the baby, which is the money for your personal stuff to do dinners or to do, trips or whatever it is, not to say don't balance yourself, but I'm just saying there's some sacrifice that needs to take place in order to go into what we call hypergrowth. Yeah. And so that cash is king right now mentality is such an important thing. And it's the hardest thing because staying disciplined and true to that is so hard, because the business generally we're thinking is going to get us rich, which it does, but it only gets us really rich if it's really rich.
Right. Definitely.
So that's my best advice. And we're going into hard winter. Yeah. And money's going to deplete. It won't be the same kind of cash flow. You'll have cash flow, but not the same. And then spring will hit, and springtime is where that hyper growth engages. It's like all sails on deck. We're going after the jobs that have the higher price values because we know that that's going to get us to where we need to go faster. Right. Yep. And we need cash to be able to go and do those jobs, or we need to have terms secured with suppliers in order to bridge the cash flow in case we have POs that are paying 30 or 60 days later. Right. Because that's the hyper growth that will take place, is the bigger accounts that have multi-locations that are going to pay you 30 or 60 days down the road. And you need that bridge, meaning cash is king. Buying bulk loads up front is going to save you money on your cost per gallon or cost per pound on crack sealer, cost per gallon on paint. Up front, buying that in bulk will allow you to enter into a more competitive price range that also enhances your bottom line, making you more profitable. So just some food for thought for you. That's like to me, when I'm coaching, doing one-on-one coaching with companies, and we work with some pretty big companies, that to me is like, let's first off understand our numbers, true costs associated with what it is that we're out doing. When we're doing a project, we should know all the costs associated with it, including depreciation.
Right.
And then do our markup at 1.60. Let's get 60% on this job. Multiply that cost by 1.60, know that we're profitable, and then make sure that you're taking only a percentage of that profit that's being paid back to you guys in addition to your salary, and then make sure that the company is getting rich. Best advice I can give right now.
Thank you. That's a good advice.
And I can spend more time with you on that too. If you want any more time on that, I'm happy to help to kind of build that out with you.
Definitely. Yeah.
But to me, like for everybody watching right now, and Jake, this is like your experience and your feedback in the industry, like starting out, and then I've been in the industry for 20 years. The more that we all come together as an industry and we share this kind of stuff, the more we all
get. Yeah, without a doubt. I feel the same way. This is awesome to have, especially, I know I don't make it to very many of those AK round tables. I wish I do. I need to set like an alarm on my phone, because last night I could have went and I didn't even realize it. But man, it's awesome to have this group of guys, you know what I mean? All the guys in the live stream, all just trying to make make everyone better. It's awesome.
Yeah.
A lot of people that don't have that kind of stuff for their kind of industry, whatever they do, but
it's
great. I'm glad to be a part of it.
It's really, honestly, it's no fun to be on the journey alone.
No, it's not.
So much, right?
I tell everyone that, wants to get into seal coating, there's enough work out there for everyone. We don't got to be in competition with each other. There's no competition in this. It's like, there's a lot of, everyone's got a driveway, everyone's got a parking lot. It's just, you got to go out there and get them, but yeah, it is.
You're going to win some and lose some, but there's more out there than we know what to do with. And I'll say this too. There are more people sitting around waiting for the calls than people out hunting.
Yeah.
So hunt.
Yeah, but you can't be afraid to get out there, go hunting. There's nothing, you can't be afraid of a no. It's not, like I said, those no's, you got to turn them into maybes and then turn them into yeses. Just keep pushing them, keep hitting them. Even if they say no today, hit them again in another week and say, hey man, you sure you still don't want to, give it a shot?
How are you? So just to wrap up, because I really appreciate all the time that you've put in here this morning with everybody, man. That's huge.
Yeah.
What is in store for Buroff Outdoor Services as we roll into 2023? Interested in knowing, because I know we'll look back on this video in 5 years.
Yeah, we're still going to do a lot of seal coating. But my brother, he's me and my brother, we want to try to do more asphalt work. So we're going to try to do some asphalt this year. We got a roller and stuff like that, and we're trying to work our way up to get a paver, maybe eventually down the road. But yeah, that's what we're going to try to do. We're sticking to the asphalt game, and we're going to do big commercial lot seal coatings and driveways, and we're going to try to do everything, hopefully.
Cool, man.
I know a lot of guys try to like get away from the driveways once they get bigger, but I think I'll be able to, still make it a possibility. We could do driveways, parking lots, paving. We'll just be a full service asphalt maintenance,
company,
asphalt protection, the whole 9 yards.
Paveman Asset Management.
Yeah, Paveman Asset Management. Sorry, I couldn't get it out.
It's good, man. It takes practice. I all the time I'm saying like asphalt maintenance company. I still catch myself, but Paveman Asset Management. That's what we are.
Paveman Asset Management.
Yeah,
sounds good. Yeah. Got a ring to it.
It does for sure. All right, so I want to do something special for you.
Oh no, what?
I'm going to give you and your brother 2 free seats to Paveman Pro, which is $500 value each. So you're getting $1,000 worth of value. You're going to get access to Paveman Pro, the proposal platform that we developed. I'm giving that to you and your brother. It's $500 a year usually. I'm giving it to you and your bro so you can step up your commercial bidding process, as well as giving some proposals out in minutes that are going to fire. So
thank you so much. I appreciate that.
No problems, man. I'm going to shoot you an email and I'll tie Rhea in. And then once you're in Paveman Pro on the left side, there's a little help link on the left, and you'll click on that. And then I have all the video training in there of how to use the system. It's badass. You'll love it.
Perfect. I agree. I mean, I really appreciate that. We're going to check that out. We'll definitely put that to great use.
Cool. And any last words of advice to anybody that's watching who might be in the business for a year or less, or somebody starting out?
Just like I said, everyone just get out there, hustle. We're all going to do good this 2023. We're all going to work together. If anybody has any questions and they want to reach out to me, and you know what I mean, and we can chat it up, and you got anything you want to ask me, go ahead, you reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. You can, any questions you got, go ahead and reach out to me. I know I don't got 26 years experience like everyone else in the business, but even if you're in Chicago and you want to learn and you want to come and check out what we do one day, you know what I mean, hit me up and we'll definitely, we can network and stay busy together. I want to see everyone do good. I want everyone to be, doing good just as much as, the next guy. So, yeah. Cool.
Jake, I appreciate you too, man. Thanks for all the shares, and say hey to the family. Congrats on your year-old boy. Super excited about that. And legacy, brother, legacy.
Yep. Legacy. Thank you, man. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a good day.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. And again, Jake Buroff Outdoor Services. Feel free to hit him up on social. Incredible human being. Jake, thanks for everything, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right, buddy. See ya.
See you later.
If you liked this video, go ahead and check out this video, or check out this video. And don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe right here below.